All right, so what we're going to do, moving on, what we did with this is a whipped cream dispenser, right? But we use the soda dispenser cartridges, all right? We just put whole grapes in here, closed it, charged it with 2 of these, and put it in the refrigerator.
You put grapes in there?
That was 2 hours ago. Whole grapes. Whole grapes. So, you notice I injected the gas out of that. Ejected the gas.
Those are the CO2 chargers that you normally use for like whipped cream, right?
No, CO2.
Or not?
CO2 is for soda cream chargers.
They're grape chargers.
CO2 is for CO2 is for sodas, and NO2 is for foams.
Okay, so NO2 would be for whipped cream.
Yes, exactly. So what I want you to do is
So you use NO2 on grapes?
CO2
Carbonate the grapes and stuff?
Yeah.
See, I'm so confused right about now.
Grapes have to do with alcohol carbonation?
Exactly. That was why I wanted to put warm out in.
That's brilliant.
So that's a great question. What happened with this, guys, is it's I carbonated it 2 hours in advance, right? But I charged that sucker 3 times because I really wanted it to pop in your mouth. Now, the thicker the skin on the fruit that you carbonate, the longer it's going to take to carbonate, but the better it's going to hold it up. Think of it like a soda, I guess you would say. If it's got a cap on it, it'll last longer. If it doesn't, it'll go flat quicker. Okay? So you can do any kind of fruit, yes.
Sorry, Tony, can you just say the NO2 and CO2 again, which is for which?
NO2, nitrous, is for foams.
For foams, okay.
Yeah.
What did you use for that?
CO2 is for this.
CO2 is for sodas.
What did you use for the grapes?
And this.
Okay, that's what
Remember, soda, think about it. You're carbonating something, you're carbonating soda. Same dilly-dally. Another alternative I did, I don't even know if you want to call it molecular or not.
I'm not going to ask you.
New flavors inside your own sodas, let's just say. So what I did is I used some of Finest Skulls. Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Pomegranate, agave nectar, and a new sangria. And all I did was just put a little bottled water in there. I made a new flavored soda. I don't even know if that's molecular or not, but it's kind of cool, nice to do, very easy to do. So, you guys want to taste this a little bit? Like I said, I'm going to rock and roll on this. What do you think of the grape so far?
Bring them back.
Yes.
You're done. You haven't gotten it like this
The
either.
grapes went into your foam container, and you pressurized it, and it sat for 2 hours.
Yes. We're going to skip it to a minute.
You pressurize it first and then let it sit, obviously.
For 2 hours.
Okay.
Yes.
The CO2 penetrated.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Nice.
So now what we're doing, the same thing with strawberries here. Now strawberries, that's going to hold like that. Now I triple carbonated those bad boys. So left like it by itself, what it's going to do, that'll stay good for about, I would say, good 20 minutes. You'll be able to feel an effect of that. Which is a very long time.
So it can't die in the dessert window is what you're saying?
No, exactly.
If you put
Yes.
strawberries and grapes in the same CO2 container,
You can do that.
would they mix flavors at all somehow?
Depends. Now, some like if you notice, those are very, very juicy. They're blowing up on me.
What if I put some simple syrup in there that was flavored? Or some of those
You can do
great
that.
Finest
Now, what
Skull
I've done too
products?
is what's also kind of a nice alternative too is use a high sugar content spirit, like Grand Marnier, and it'll actually push that liquid inside of it, which is kind of interesting to do also.
Put Grand Marnier in there.
Grand
You
Marnier
charge it.
inside the siphon.
Your Grand Marnier is going to get pushed into the grape, right?
Exactly. It'll get infused, I guess you would say, for lack of a better term.
Could you put them in dry, just the fruit in the canister and charger?
That's what I did. I did not put any other liquid in there, just the fruit inside the canister. So I want to bring it back to this because this is one of the most
You
interesting
put
things.
gasoline.
And I'm taking
I
longer.
know.
I'm going to go until we're finished. How's that sound, guys?
Yeah.
So, anyway, so we have a whipped cream dispenser. Now, we did not use a soda dispenser because if you look at the neck on it, the mouth is not very wide on this, right? So we want to be able to fit stuff in there. So a nice, big, thick mouth. Put your grapes in. Oh, man.
Take it easy. Not at all.
So whatever you can fit in here for whole fruits, you can carbonate. Now, theoretically, you could carbonate a water balance if you wanted to, but what you would have to do is get a big enough container so one would be able to fit that had enough structural integrity. When you injected pressurized gas in it, it wouldn't blow up. So you could very easily do that also. So remember, and I wanted to walk you guys through this. So just, there's no liquids in there. We just throw our fruits in, our grapes right inside there. We close it up. This is just like making a whipped cream, right? And instead of the CO2, instead of the NO2, I know I'm using myself, right? So we have cream and we have seltzer, all right? Very simple. It's opposite. Seltzer for the cream dispenser. It's that simple, all right? 2-hour carbonation on the grapes. I did that one for about strawberries for an hour. It was a little too much. So try about 45 minutes for that. You can do raspberries, but you gotta do them quick. Blackberries, same thing. About a half an hour on each one of those smaller berries, and you should be good to go. I don't think that's going to be able to work out in time, so unfortunately it's not going to work. Anybody have more questions about this?
The softer the fruit, the less time you put it in?
Exactly, and the thinner the wall, the quicker it's going to lose its carbonation.
Back to your opening question, is that molecular mixology?
I would say this is molecular mixology in its
Why?
inherent form. Why? Just you're changing the texture, I guess you would say. You're doing something that's out of the normal range. Like I said, I don't have a definition for it. I really don't. I mean, I just do certain things, and like even molecular, God damn it, it's molecular thing.
It's wicked.
It's wicked. No, you know, it's one of those things. It's molecular mixology. I don't even know. I don't even know it's a real term. Is that a real term? Technically, is it even in the dictionary? I doubt it. But hey, we're using it to describe something. It's like for anything else, it describes something out of the normal range. Yes.
I apologize.
Okay, so.
Because I know very little about food, but the cream, I'm thinking half and half. I'm thinking I see cream and soda, and as a bartender, I think half and half in club soda. What is? Am I
Cream
wrong?
chargers are to make whipped cream. Starbucks, they're all in Starbucks, right? I will live there. So what they do is they take heavy whipping cream, they put it in here, and they put a cream charger, and what this is the NO2 floats it up, and it's inert gas, it pushes it out. On top of your ice, choi, mocha, loca, latte, or whatever you guys are getting these days. So that's what this is for, all right? Now, what we use is we use this tool differently. We use this tool with fruit, right? With no cream in it at all. And then we use the seltzer CO2 as a tool also, just differently. That's basically what we're doing.
Instead of the cartridge, basically, you're using that, right? That's what you're trying to say?
Instead of the cream cartridge, we're using the seltzer cartridge.
Gotcha.
Got it.
All right? You guys like those grapes?
Oh, God,
Did everybody
yes.
have one?
Yeah. I had
What about the fizzy powder? You guys take that?
Yeah.
Kind of interesting mouthfeel, isn't it?
Lemonade pop rocks.
Yeah, Pop Rocks, honestly, use Pop Rocks, guys. I don't know. What's the problem? Don't be
Fizzy powder with a pH because it's a balanced thing.
I have no idea. I've asked them about this to try to get the information, but they won't tell me. So, we're going to scratch this because we're getting a little bit out of time. Like I said, I do speak, or I do talk a lot, I guess you would say. Yes, John?
Just one more question.
No.
Now, if you were creating a cocktail program and you wanted to incorporate foams onto your menu,
Yes.
where in high volume, how would you go about it? How would you store them, and how long do they keep?
Foams? Well, it depends on what you're using. If you're going to use egg white as an emulsifier, it'll keep for a while if you keep it cold and if you keep the air out of it. Now, alcohol acts as a preservative. So if you have alcohol, it'll stay longer. Now, my suggestion of what you do is basically make your components. You can pre-batch it to a degree. If you see you're going through it quite a bit, batch it. Have your bar back do it, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
How many people have, are bartenders here, let's just say. Raise your hand if you're a bartender. How many of that have bar backs that work for them? Okay. How many of those cannot get their bar back to do what they wanted to do? How many of those have not tipped their bar back because they didn't do it? How many of them had a knife pull on them because they didn't tip their bar back? So, guys, you're their boss. I don't care who employs them or hires them, you pay their paycheck, right? Not their paycheck, but you're the one that's paying their bills. There's no discipline in the cocktail world, in the beverage world. There's no discipline at all. That's what we're here doing, right? Look at the back of the house. You think in any restaurant ever, a line cook's going to tell the chef, you know what? I'm sorry, I like it better this way. Never. A dishwasher's going to say, that's not my job. Yeah, right. Barbacks do it all the time. Bartenders say, well, you can't do that at a bar, you know. No, you can. You just got to do it. Just got to do it. How many people, you know, fret making mojitos? And nobody in this room does because we love what we do. oh, I can't pick mint leaves, it just takes too long. No, it's ridiculous. It's easy once you have everything done. It's called mise en place.